What's up, guys? How are you? Why I'm signed out of YouTube, I don't know, but that's okay. We don't want to do that. Anyway, how are you? I know I missed you guys last night for Reiki and Zodiacs, and I missed you 10 minutes ago for Reiki and Zodiacs. It's been an interesting couple of days. For those of you guys that know me, that have followed me for a little while, then you know that I have temporal lobe epilepsy, and so when the weather changes really drastically like it did yesterday, it was a bad brain day. So here we are tonight instead. No Reiki tonight because I'm starting a little bit late and so on. And I'm still not quite back up to 100% from yesterday. But, I will have a special Reiki session for you guys on Thursday night for the New Year's because, of course, you need a Reiki session to start the New Year's off correctly. Yes, I agree. And this week we have like a whole bunch of things. I have a whole bunch of things happening. You have a whole bunch of things happening. We all have a whole bunch of things happening. But we are going to go ahead and just start reading for the Zodiacs. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. You'll notice on the screen, wow, okay, Capricorns with the Hawthorne popping out there already. You'll notice on the screen there are a couple of coupon codes that you guys can use at any time. These are good until next Sunday the 4th. And you notice that it says 2026, just the number 2026 is for all of the reads. And then you notice that there's one that says bring it, and that is for products. If you guys have not seen the video that I released a little bit ago, I have a brand new product line coming out on New Year's. I haven't hyped it up. I haven't said much about it. Haven't done none of that stuff. I will mention it a few times tonight in this video just so you guys know. This is a brand new product. It's a brand new product line that has never ever been out before. Not like anything else out there because, you know, I see all of the people mass producing shit that's exactly like the shit I used to make. So I got you. We're going to change it up again. And of course, if you pre-order, then you get a special gift. The reason I say pre-order, okay, Capricorns with all of your cards over here. The reason I say pre-order is on New Year's Eve. So on Wednesday, would that be Wednesday? I have a live stream where on New Year's, as the year starts to shift energy, we will be creating the base, not base. We will be creating part of this recipe live. So you guys will get to watch me create some of it live. What I create will be some part of this new line. I am going to tell you about it more here in a minute, but not right now. But if you haven't seen the video, you should. I'm just saying. Anyway, but you guys can go ahead and get that. There are also some other products up on the website now. As you guys know, I have somebody that has been helping with shipping, and everything has been going out like crazy. It's making me super happy. But in the meantime, that's not why you're here, to hear me babble about things and stuff, right? You are, but you're here to hear me babble about this stuff. So let's talk about Zodiacs. Yes? The answer is yes. I will say, this new line that's coming out is going to be the start of several new products that are rolling out, several new product lines. They will be available all the time. They will not just be a special edition. Over the last year, I have really been perfecting harnessing the energy of certain things and then being able to utilize that energy for the rest of the year. For those of you guys that don't know, hi, I am the Blue Bodhi, often imitated, never duplicated. I've been doing this for a very long time. I've been reading, I have been creating things, products, health-wise, all of that shit. Since 2012 for like publicly, but for my family and stuff, I grew up doing this stuff. And I've done it for, well, over 30 years at this point. So I wanted to create something new that's out there that's not like anything else. So that's what will be coming out. And that's what I'm going to say. And then we'll talk about it a little more later. But in the meantime, we're going to look at what the week has in store for each one of the zodiac signs. Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be a doozy because the energy with me has already been all over the place. And I know just other friends I have of all the zodiac walks of life out there. Everybody's week already. And it's just Monday. Everybody's Sunday and Monday have been like flipped on their head, crazy, everything like that. So if you are in the boat where it seems like everything in your life is just weird craziness the last 2 days, just come on in. We got a band. It's great. We're all on the boat to Crazy Town. So it's all right. But let's go. Right. I want you guys to know too, before I go too much further, because of the weather, I have words issues going on. I'm just letting you know. So words are going to come out of my face that are going to sound like other shit. I don't know. They're not working. Words are not my friends today. So yeah, here we go. Capricorns. Capricorns start off with the mother of dawn, beauty and agency and compassion. Okay. And then, interesting. And then intuition. Okay. And then you had two come out together. You have courage. And then you have confidence. Noted. So Capricorns, I'm noticing right off the bat that every single one of these cards has the diamond shape on them. Every single one. In this deck, there's a lot of sacred geometry. So there's a lot of diamonds. There's a lot of circles, etc. And the confidence card at the end has the diamond and the circles. But you go from tons of diamonds to one diamond to diamond and circles. Beauty, agency, compassion, intuition, courage, and confidence. Capricorns, this week going into 2026, you are really feeling the energy of how sluggish you were last week. Not last week, last year. You are really feeling the energy of how sluggish you felt in 2025. It doesn't matter if you had days, weeks, months, etc. where you were going balls to the wall. You felt like your 2025 was not what it should have been. So Capricorns, the last couple of days, and I'm going to say really tomorrow as well, you're going to end up really hardcore taking a deep dive look at what you missed out on this last year, what you feel you missed out on this last year, where your priorities are, why your priorities are there, and what you want to do to shift those priorities. So the Capricorns are really, really intensely looking at everything in their life, where they're going and why they're going there. The other thing is, and this is going to be odd for this week for you Capricorns, okay? I'm just letting you know it's going to be odd for you. You're going to really let your intuition win out on almost everything you do as we go, because we're full on in Capricorn season now, right? So as we go across this threshold of the new year, the Capricorns are really going to be allowing their intuition to take over. There's not going to be a lot of logic to a lot of Capricorn decisions. So if you guys have a Capricorn in your life, know that they're going to be doing some things that they're not normally known to do. Well, my gut told me to do it, or my gut told me to do this, or my gut told me to do that. There's going to be an underlying aspect of anger here with this, Capricorns. Not at anybody, but at yourself. So I am going to say be easy with yourself. That's where this beauty and compassion comes from. Be easy with yourself this week, because Capricorns are going to be beating themselves up about what it was that they thought they didn't do right last year, or they thought they didn't do last year. So after New Year's, I think that New Year's Eve, New Year's morning is going to be a reset for the Capricorns, right? Y'all are going to feel just like kind of out of it, numb a little bit, like you're not quite sure what you're doing with life, like just kind of numb. But Thursday afternoon, Friday, Saturday, etc., that is when a lot of this courage and confidence comes in, especially with you deciding what it is that you're doing for the next year. Capricorns are going to be really hardcore planning out their schedule. Or I would guarantee you that almost every Capricorn watching this has already had a 2026 calendar in front of them. Like, I could go here for vacation, or I need to do this in May, or I need to do this in April, or whatever. They've already been kind of looking and getting everything done and planning in their heads. Capricorn, by Saturday, you are full on going to be back in solid, hardcore Capricorn mode and ready to rock it forward. This year of the horse energy that's coming up in the next month, this is really going to be a big, huge thing for you. So this week is a complete and utter, like, purging of the rest of these feely feels that Capricorns don't like anyway. Getting into this threshold of the new year, crossing over that, and becoming who you want to become, Capricorns. This year is going to be a really intense year for you because of this motivational energy, this horse energy, this unbridled movement. And Capricorns are the leader of the winter months. They are the first sign, and they fall right on this New Year's. Well, they fall on every New Year's. So this is going to affect you in a really deep way, Capricorns. You are going to be 100% back on every bit of your bullshit. And all I can say to those of you guys that have Capricorns in your lives, especially a significant other, etc., just hold on to your butt. Like, that's hold on to your butt, because the Capricorns are about to take off, and it's like catching a tiger by the tail. You just better hold on. So, stones for Capricorns for this week. Pyrite. Pyrite and malachite. Pyrite and malachite, because those two stones are ones that are really great for manifestation, for focus, for money, etc. All the things that Capricorn loves. But with the energy of this week for Capricorns, those are going to be the stones that work out the best for you. Animal's a little harder. You know what? When I saw the bee card come out, I wanted to give you guys the bee, but I'm going to make a little twist on that. You guys are the queen bee. You're not just the bee. It's funny, as I say that, this card falls out, which was the Capricorn's anchor card. Y'all are the queen bee, okay? No worker bee energy here. The queen bee, Capricorns. That's who you are this week. I love that. Mama G said, I just got pyrite in my bracelet package. Yay! There are still a lot of bracelets left, because Sass and I cannot be left unattended at the bracelet vendor at the gem show. Like, we can't. I will say that if you guys want to get your orders in for the Tucson gem show box, even though they don't go out until obviously we get to the Tucson gem show at the end of January, right now that coupon, I'm just saying, there won't be any coupons that are this much for a while. So if you want to get in on the 26 coupon, then this is the time to do it. All right, Aquarius, are we ready? You have the Prince, the Forgotten Adversary, which is sorrow, lost valor, and serendipity. And then you have magical power, because of course you do, Aquarius. And then you have healing energy. Okay. Lots of triangles in yours. Aquarius. Before Friday, you are going to be so tired of being around people. You are going to be so done with talking to people that you want to hibernate for the rest of the week. And I know, or for the weekend. And I know a lot of you Aquariuses are probably like, already there. But I will say this, Aquarius. All of this right here, you're exuding a lot of healing energy right now. Not just, you know, oh, let me lay hands and do the Reiki, and not just that type of stuff, but this is just something that's exuding from your person. So if you already have problems with people walking up to you in random places and wanting to just tell you your life story, if you already have a problem with people wanting to be super close to you, if you already have a problem with that, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse, Aquarius. Okay, so just, I don't know, maybe wear spiky clothes, I don't know, but by Friday you guys are going to be so damn done with people that you can't hardly function. So if you guys have an Aquarius in your life and this weekend y'all have plans or you're trying to get them to go out and they're like, absolutely not, I'm not doing it. This is why, because they're peopled out by Friday. But Aquarius, you have been doing a lot of hardcore thinking. This New Year's, I think that this New Year's, because of the energy of it, it's hitting everybody differently. And I'm going to pause for a minute. For those of you guys that, are old like me, and you lived through the 2000, like 1999 into 2000 New Year's, that was a huge, huge thing. Every time there's a major milestone, whether it's the end of the century, end of a millennia, like that's why that was a huge thing. End of a millennia, end of a quarter. This is the last New Year's in the first quarter of the 21st century. It's a milestone. It's a big marker. It's not just a little tick that we have all the time. It's actually a big ass marker. So this is why this energy is so intense. And every single zodiac sign, I don't care what zodiac sign you are really hardcore looking at your life. You are looking at the last year, specifically hardcore, but you're looking at the last 25 years of your life. And if you aren't 25 yet, you're looking at all your life. But you're looking at this actually as a complete and utter, let's wipe the board, reset. That's the energy right now. So Aquarius, when you've been feeling this energy and you've really been paying attention to, okay, I'm going to wipe the board. We're going to move forward with the me that I want to be. You're doing a crazy amount of self-healing, a crazy amount of inner child work and inner child healing, of shadow work and shadow healing. And this is like overwhelming for a lot of you Aquariuses. So I would not be surprised that there are a lot of you Aquariuses out there that have had a lot of headaches, a lot of dizzy spells. You either have been oversleeping, like sleeping too much, or you can't sleep because your brain won't shut up. There's not a happy medium, right? You either aren't sleeping or you're just constantly sleeping. But there's a lot going on with you, Aquarius, and you're exuding that. It's kind of coming out in your aura. Does that make sense? I know that was a very frou-frou thing to say, but that's how it works. When you're doing a lot of something, it comes out in your aura, in your energy field, like you can't stop it. It just is what it is. So Aquarius, this week, you're still doing this because of this New Year's and because of a lot of changes that have happened in your life. You're really taking a hardcore look at, okay, I actually want to do this year. There's no, what do I want to do? Should I do this? Should I do? There's none of that. Every Aquarius is like, this is what I'm going to do. This is who I'm going to be. Like, you are just hardcore setting down, you're throwing down the gauntlet for yourself, basically. Other people are feeling that around you, Aquarius. So just be expecting everybody to want to hang out with you, be next to you, sit next, all of those things. Everybody wants to talk to you this week, Aquarius, okay? So just know that by Saturday, you're going to be like, and I'm done. You're not going to want to talk to anybody about anything. But this is a wonderful week for you, Aquarius. All of those things that have been bogging you down, all of those things that you have been stressed about, holding you back, that's not a thing anymore. That's not a thing anymore. This week, you make a ton of decisions. You make a ton of plans. You are hard set on what you're going to do for this year. Don't lose this energy, Aquarius. My advice to you is to make yourself a jar. Even if it's like a little bitty teeny tiny jar, make yourself a jar to commemorate this and to store that energy and put it somewhere where you can see it. So every single time you see this jar, you're like, oh yeah, there's where my big kid pants are. Like, that's going to be my advice. Okay, Aquarius? Because this is a big week for you, and it's one that's going to make a lot of changes in your life, and you have to have the willpower to follow through. Stones for Aquarius. Citrine. Citrine and sunstone. Citrine and sunstone. And sunstone is not the glittery one. Is this sunstone? Hold on. Okay, well, it just flung off the back, so all right, it didn't want to be seen on camera. It was camera shy. Sunstone is like a kind of pinkish color and it has pieces of red in it, sometimes some little flecks of black. The glittery one is Goldstone, but Citrine and Sunstone. Animal. I want to give you like 4. That ain't helping me out. You know what? The very first one I thought of was the hawk, and that's what I'm going to give you. That was the very first one that popped in my head. So you guys are the hawk, okay? That brings us to my Piscean friends. Where's all my Pisces at? This is a great time to mention that I do have a very limited amount of very quick, these are not crazy in-depth, but 2026 reads. They were supposed to start tonight, and with everything yesterday, they're going to start tomorrow. So if you want to get on that list, you better do so. That really hurt. What the hell was that? It was like a splinter. This is why some stones aren't snuggly. I have a piece of kyanite up here that broke, and that's probably what it's from. All right, Pisces, who we wrote in. Oh, you have set, because of course you do. Because why can't we have nice, sweet, wonderful little Pisces this week? No, we got to have set energy, which is short-sightedness, ambition, and narcissism. And then we have resilience, and then we have eternal charisma. Oh, we have Pisces that are going to cut a bitch this week. Not in a bad way. Like, this is not feral Pisces. This is strong-ass, don't get in my face Pisces. This is not mean, hateful, maybe go to jail Pisces. This is maybe don't fuck with me or I will cut you kind of Pisces. This is very strong, very intense energy that you Pisces are not used to. So this is going to be kind of out of the norm. And you're probably going to tell a lot of people, and you've probably already said today that you felt feral this week. It's not so much that you feel feral, it's that you feel like a powerful mama fucking jamma, right, Pisces? You feel powerful. Not only is this deep, intense Capricorn earth energy really pinging that water sign in you, because those are the opposites in the elementals, that is really pinging this water sign in you, and like it's getting your fire going, like you're ready to roll with it. But this New Year's is also bringing a lot of clearing out of emotions for you. So instead of you being wrapped up in, oh, I'm letting go of last year and blah, instead of like that normal Pisces reaction that you've had, this New Year's is straight up determination, ambition, resilience. Like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. You are really going through all of the things in your mind that you accomplished this last year. And if any little bad thing pops in there, you guys are absolutely kicking it like Superman kicking it across the world. It's not allowed to stay in your path. One thing I love about this, Pisces, is the resilience aspect of this, because I have a couple friends, good friends that are Pisces, and I know y'all have been through the fucking ringer the last 2 years, but really the last 6 months. You Pisces have absolutely been through the ringer. It's like you guys have been the emotional sounding board for the rest of the zodiacs. And so it has been almost just obliterating any want to that you had. But this week, this New Year's, the way that this is coming together for you is so intense and so strong and so much inner strength. All those times that people talk about how water is one of the strongest things that's out there, especially in Eastern philosophy, water will always go with the flow. Water will always just, go where it needs to be. It can be nice and calm, right? Or it can be a tsunami. It can be rapids. It can be 40-foot waves coming at you. It can carve canyons. That is the type of water energy that the Pisces are holding on to this week. It's not mean. It's not hateful. It's nothing against anybody, but it is 100% the strongest element that there is to be had. It will cut through anything, and that is exactly the Pisces energy this week. I am 100% here for this energy. I am. The only thing I want to warn you guys about, Pisces, is the eternal charisma. This means that with your strong ass energy coming in, there are going to be people that are going to try to come back into your life. And to be honest, I don't even think that these are relationships. I think that these are like past friends, ones that you took forever to cut off, but now they are trying to weasel their way back into your life a little bit, Pisces. The answer is no. The answer is no. It will always be no. And Pisces, I do want to say maybe just be a little gentle when you tell this person no, because you are not in a mood this week to play frou-frou, let's be friends again kind of shit, okay? We don't have bail money for all of you Pisces, okay? So I'm just saying, okay. But this is a very powerful, very solid week for you Pisces. This is a very no-nonsense week for you Pisces. So this is a great week for you guys to make decisions about 2026, especially with the ambitious energy that's going on there and the resilience. This is a great time for you to really take a look at what do you want to do this next year? What do you want to be? Where do you want to be? This is a great week for that, Pisces. Get it planned out, get it going, okay? All right, stones for Pisces. Fluorite and red jasper. Fluorite and red jasper. I'm going to say fluorite is going to be better on your left because that is what you're bringing in. Red jasper is going to be good as a pendant or something in the middle right here. In a pocket, or really if you have a pendant, or if you have one of those cool little necklaces that's like a wire basket and you put the stone in the middle and wear it. Yeah, red jasper is going to be great on a pendant, or on your right arm, because that is what you give out. And red jasper is for inner strength. So when those people are coming back in your life trying to remind you you've been friends since second grade, yeah, well, bitch, you know, you did XYZ. So there's that. You guys are the fox. You guys are the fox, Pisces. That is your thing out there. Yes. Yes. You know what? It's so funny. I want to read this comment on YouTube because I just put out a video on TikTok about this and I haven't got it over on YouTube yet. But Author Fantasy says, is it just me or have other people been seeing their favorite content creators' faces looking different? Well, first of all, I have different makeup on tonight. So my under eyes needed a break. Like yesterday was rough on me brain-wise, and my eyes needed a break. So that's why I don't have a crazy amount of eye makeup on tonight. It's a thing. I'm self-conscious about it because I wear too much. But I literally just put out a video on TikTok about timeline shifts and about people looking different and so on and so forth. So I'm just saying, I love that you brought that up, Author Fantasy, because that is actually one of the things that I talked about in there. And if you guys haven't watched that video yet, you need to. I will get it up on YouTube after this live. But I got tagged in a ton of videos over this last weekend about people seeing, feeling the timeline shifts that they've been in. I'm drawing for Aries, by the way. And welcome to the crazy train, because some of us have been on the timeline shift train for several years, and there's no way to not feel absolutely crazy. But there are some ways you can know, and that is why I put that video out, and one of them is faces. I also do a very interesting mirror experiment in there. Something that I noticed, at the risk of sounding completely crazy. I mean, but look what I do for a living. There's something that I noticed that's going on very weird with mirrors lately, and I demonstrate that for you guys on that video. So, and it's just a way that you can tell if you've been through a timeline shift or 7. Just saying. But, all right, are we ready? Aries, let me get a drink before we get into... I'm just going to tell you guys real quick, but the video's up. Get a mirror, go in your bathroom mirror, put your phone where you can see, you know, where you're recording your mirror, right? Get the other mirror. So everybody knows how an infinity mirror works, right? You have 2 mirrors, they face each other, they make a portal, they make infinite reflections. See how many of those reflections you actually can get to work, because I think I can get 5 and that's it. They're not infinite anymore for some reason, no matter how you turn the fucking mirror. So just saying. And then comment back to me on that video, because I would like to know how many versions you get to count of yourself on there. It should be infinite, and it is not. So, all right. Yeah, it's going to blow y'all's minds, and then you're going to be like, what the fuck just happened? I will do a better video of that experiment tomorrow when it's sunlight, but yeah, I noticed it a while back, and sad. All right, here we go, Aries. Aries has Thanatos, which is completion, support, and expediency. And then you have leadership, because of course you do. And then you also have intuition. And I find it interesting that both Capricorn and Aries are cardinal signs of their zodiac, and you both have intuition, but yours is the last card instead of the first card. Oh, Aries. So this week is going to be super powerful for you as well, but there's a huge but with this, okay? So sit. Don't go nowhere. Aries, this week you are all about chopping off shit that no longer matters. You are all about shutting doors. You are all about cutting people off. Like, you are leaving no stone left unturned this week when it comes to closing shit down, tying up loose ends. There's just done. That is the Aries. That is Aries this week, right? You're going to find some things come out of your face where maybe you didn't realize you were ready to cut that friend or that coworker or that person you're dating off, but it just happens, right? I don't know what it is, Aries, but the universe is like, yep, they got to go, and they got to go, and they got to go, and they got to go. Like, you're just doing this, right? The but part of that. Be a little easy with your words, Aries, because sometimes y'all can get really, really mean without realizing that you just got mean. And it's not that you're trying to be mean. I mean, sometimes you are, but it's not that you're trying to be mean. It's that that's just how it comes across when you're done with something. I think that this is actually a great thing for you. It's going to surprise you, Aries. There's going to be at least a couple of things that you cut off, shut down this week that are going to surprise you, because you're going to be like, oh, wow, okay. I was really planning to keep doing that. Keep seeing this person, whatever, and done. Because you're fixing to step into a leadership role in your own life that is unique. It's not something that you have ever been in. And I know you're like, wait, it's my life. Why would I not be in a leadership role? Just hear me out. Aries, you have to cut all this shit off because you're being forced into a leadership role in your own life, the likes of which you haven't experienced yet. And this is more than just feeling like an adult. Like, oh my God, I'm an adult. I got my own house, whatever. It's more than that feeling. This is a feeling of, I'm going to say this and it's going to sound crazy as fuck, but I think you're going to understand what I'm saying. This is a feeling of leading all of those different parts of you, all of those different pieces of you finally back together. It's almost like taking all of those lost pieces of your soul, all those fractals, and going, and all of them coming back together to be one solid person again. And this is going to be a type of energy that you haven't really ever felt, Aries. Some of you are doing this on purpose. You've been working really hard towards pulling in all of these soul fractals. You've been working really hard towards getting everything back in. And some of you guys, it's going to be a complete surprise. You're going to be like, what the fuck just happened? But Aries, there's a lot of things that you've been manifesting, a lot of things you've been wanting, a lot of things you've been planning, some of them very secretly back here and you haven't been telling anybody, but a lot of things that you've been really working on and getting ready to do. Guess what? That is all coming out this week. The universe is absolutely clearing the way for this. And the way that the universe is clearing the way is not only destroying those bridges, we're burning them down, we're dynamiting them, we're destroying them. It's also destroying both sides of the bridge, the land underneath the bridge, and everything around the bridge. Like, there's no crossing back over that bridge, Aries, okay? And there are some of these that are going to hurt your feelings. I'm not going to lie. You're going to end up telling some people to kick all the rocks. You're going to end up having some situations that you walk away from that once meant a crazy amount to you, etc. This is a complete and utter rebirth for you, Aries. This is your Phoenix moment. Some Phoenix name. Words! some Aries named Eric out there is like, how did she know my fucking name? I see you, Eric. This is the Phoenix moment for you, Aries. Not for my words and not for my brain, but for you. For you, it is. Alrighty then. Shit. Stones for Aries. Carborundum. Carborundum and Labradorite. And if you can't find Carborundum, you should. It's everywhere. If you can't find Carborundum, then Tiger's Eye. Okay. Y'all are the tiger, Aries. Y'all are the tiger this week. All right, my sweet little Tauruses. Are we ready? Are we ready? Taurus, I stopped talking for a minute. I was paying attention. Before I ever turn your cards over, I was watching how these cards shuffle. And normally when cards come out, they're like really big and stuff like that, right? These were very low key. Like they didn't, I'm going to try to get them to do it. They weren't sticking out like this, right? They were very, very low key like that. I could tell that was the card that needed to come out. Like if I hold it like this, you can tell, right? But that's very, very low key. I see you over there, Taurus. I see you over there, Taurus. You have the Traveler, Keeper of the Crossroads, which is restlessness, independence, and appraisal. And then you have Confidence, which I absolutely love because your fellow Earth sign, the Capricorn, had this as well. And then you have Change, which is hilarious because this is the Traveler and restlessness. And so, okay. That was loud, whatever that was. Anyone else notice the energy shift? Taurus, this is going to be a week where you are going to quietly make a lot of decisions. You are going to quietly decide you are completely and utterly done with something that has been part of who you are for a while. Some of you guys is going to be decades. Some of you guys is only going to be a couple years. But this is going to be something, that you do silently in the background. And some of it's going to surprise even you. But there is a huge shift that happens with you this week, Taurus. This is more than just the normal Taurus, and I'm done with this shit. This is more than just you deciding that you want to do something, be something more. This is like a deep internal shift. It's not a Phoenix moment, okay? It's not a let's burn it down and rise back up. This is a complete shedding of multiple layers of skin for you to come out as something that you don't even recognize in a good way, okay? And I want you to look at this. I'm going to give you this metaphor of the best way for me to explain this. If you have a snake that sheds its skin once a year or so it can grow, or twice a year. I don't know how many times they shed their skin. Some snake expert, please learn me. This is like you shedding 6 or 7 layers of skin at the same time. This is not just you shedding the old and walking into the new. This is you shedding a couple of the old and then some. So let that sink in. So if you were a snake and you were changing shades, like getting a little bit lighter every single time, or darker, whatever you want to say, if you were to change 7 shades at once, you would look like a completely different being. Am I right? That's exactly the energy coming into this week, Taurus. There is no longer this version of you that's sitting there and just kind of, piddle farting around some of these changes you want to make. There is no more version of you that is just going to hem-haw and be like, well, but when I was 6, I really wanted to do this, and I haven't really done it, you know, but maybe I can do it next year. There is no him-hawing around, Taurus. But here's the thing. You're very quiet about it. You're very quiet about it. There's no huge outward kaboom. There's no big outward, I'm going to say all of this stuff. There's no big outward shift, Taurus. This is all an internal shift. And only the people that know you the best are going to be able to go, they're going to do that. The people that know you the best this week, Taurus, are going to give you that look like, they're going to do a couple like triple takes at you. It's just a subtle shift. It's just a subtle change. It's just a subtle difference in your energetic field that they're going to feel. People that don't know you very well and people that aren't paying attention to you as who you actually are, they're not going to notice it, Taurus. They're not. Part of me wants to tell you to be careful. And I am going to say, be careful and don't make any massive decisions this week, right? Like maybe don't quit your job, or, you know, unless you got another job lined up, maybe don't just like take off around the world without having a plan for that. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to say to be very careful in that aspect, Taurus. But this change, this shift, this is not something that I feel you need to hold back in any way. This is not only you being fed up. This is not only you being done. This is not only you wanting to change. This is a fundamental, internal, cellular level type of shift, Taurus. And I can't tell you enough how confident you are that this is exactly what needs to happen. And I have a feeling that once you make this turn, once you make this shift, Taurus, the entire universe is going to align itself with you to get you exactly where it is you need to go. You just cannot be afraid of it. Okay? Because that's the thing that's going to hold you back, is that fear. Because of the restlessness that you always have, Taurus, change can be hard for you, but this will not be. Okay? This will not be. All right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Stones for Taurus. I am also going to give you Pyrite, but I'm going to give you Smoky Quartz as well. So Pyrite and Smoky Quartz. Actually. Back up. I'm going to give you 3. Pyrite, Smoky Quartz, and Citrine. I'm going to give you 3. And you guys are the snake. You guys are the snake. Whatever snake you'd like. Whatever snake you would like. But you guys are the snake this week. Okay? I don't know what I think about that, Tauruses. Especially since, like, a lot of my moderators are Taurus. Alrighty then. If you guys do not follow me anywhere, everywhere, all the things. Well, if you don't follow me anywhere, like, what the fuck's wrong with you? But if you don't follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Faces of the Books, all of those things, then you should, okay? Especially on YouTube. There's going to be a huge YouTube drive on New Year's Eve. I'm going to do a big giveaway a couple of times over this next month, over January, to get as many people to follow me over there on YouTube as possible. Especially if you are a horror movie fan, you will absolutely love this. You will love this. You will love this. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Are we ready, my Geminis? Are we ready, Geminis? I know you are. Ready, set, kabam. Hades, equality, wisdom, and inevitability. How you have confidence as well, I don't know, because y'all watched me shuffle a lot. And then you have good fortune. Well, who isn't here for the good fortune? What I find very interesting is both of these cards are insects with their wings out, like insects in flight. Okay. Gemini, you got to be willing to let go. You got to be willing to let go, okay? And here's why I say that. Because you have Hades starting off. This is your anchor card. Hades is the Greek god of the underworld. Everybody knows who Hades is, I swear. If you don't, then you need to go watch Clash of the Titans or the Disney Hercules movie or Percy Jackson or, you know, any of the other multitude of movies or Chaos. But there's a very specific procedure that goes along with Hades and with dying, with going through the river Styx, with being, you know, reincarnated, all of that. There's a very, very specific way that the Greeks used to believe that you would come back, okay? There are very specific rituals, like placing a coin in your mouth, or sometimes it's in your hand, sometimes it's on your eyes, etc. But you always had to have a coin with you, because if you didn't have a coin, you couldn't get back, right? So here's the thing, Gemini, you have to let go. You have to be willing to trust the ritual and trust the process. And notice I said ritual first, not process. You have to be willing to let everything go. Not just take your hands off the wheel, but get out of the car. And I know for a lot of you Geminis, that is almost impossible, because here's one thing y'all didn't know about Geminis. They all like to be in control. All of them. Every one of them. And I have yet to meet a Gemini that doesn't fit that bill. Now, do they get really goofy and happy-go-lucky and they don't really care about stuff? Yes. Do they get really hardcore and everything has to be their way or the highway sometimes? Yes. But Geminis like to be in control. If they feel like something is out of control, then they either drop it and run like the wind, or they try to clamp down on it even harder, which makes it worse. So for me to tell the Geminis that they have to be willing to let go, they have to be willing to trust the ritual and trust the process. A lot of the Geminis listening to that right now, I bet 90% of them was like, well, but. Y'all had, well, but. There is no well, but, Gemini. There is no well, but. You have to be willing to let go. You have to be willing to leave pettiness, bullshit, drama, etc. back in 2025. You have to be willing to leave people, places, things, stuff back in 2025. Now, this is not so much like I think you're going to have to let go of a whole bunch of shit this week. But this is a lot of things that you already know you need to let go of. They're going to start popping up this week and probably for the next 3 weeks to 4 weeks. All of January, there's going to be something that just keeps on doing this for you to pop up, or for you to pop up and let go of. Now, the thing about this, Gemini, there's going to be some people in this that you don't want to let go of, but you know you have to. A lot of these are really going to hurt your feelings that you have to let them go. A lot of these things are really going to make you sit and fucking pout that you have to let them go. So I'm going to let you guys know, those of you guys that have Geminis in your lives, they're going to be pouty as fuck this week because they don't want to let shit go, right? Geminis are like the Pokemon collectors, like they need everything. So they don't want to let it go either for that aspect. Geminis, we love you even though you're going to be pouty. Okay, we do. We love you even though you're going to be pouty this week. But you have to let some of this shit go. Have the confidence in you and have the faith in the ritual, in the magic, in the universe, that you letting go of this thing is going to ensure that something else can come in. Something bigger, something better, something stronger, something more colorful, etc. Gemini. Okay? If you can't do that, I don't think the universe is ready to just yank it from you yet. But that time's a coming. Okay? That time's a coming. Imbolc is going to be coming up. Mabon is going to be coming up. Those are two very intense pagan holidays that are all about cutting shit off. The spring equinox is going to be coming up. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of milestones coming up that you need to prepare yourself now for some of these things being let go of. And if you can already tell the universe, you know what? If it needs to be removed from my life, it needs to be removed from my life. Now, the reason I was kind of warning you about this, Gemini, is you're going to get the intuition, the inkling, the gut feeling this week that that's going to be a thing. Maybe you've had the same best friend for like 10 years and suddenly you're like, oh, this is not going to be my best friend that much longer. And you don't know why, so you can be pouty about it, right? And then maybe in a couple weeks you find out this best friend did something absolutely horrendous and now you don't get to talk to him anymore. Or you don't want to talk to him anymore. Do you see what I'm saying, Geminis? Like, just know that that's coming. Be ready for it. Prepare yourself. But I am going to say this, because every Gemini in here is already pouting. I am going to say this. This good fortune card tells me that you are a lucky shit this week. The more you let go of this week, the more you're open to letting go of this week, the more good comes in. It's like the universe sees that you're trying. The universe sees that you're letting go of this. The universe sees that you're ready to release this stuff. And it's like, oh, about fucking time here and here and here and here and here. It's like the universe is just waiting for you to say, yeah, you can take this dirty plate so they can bring you dessert. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It is going to be a good week. It is going to be a wonderful New Year's for you, Geminis. But just know that the sooner you get in your head that you can let things go, the more good shit the universe will bring and pile right in your lap. Okay? Like you didn't get enough presents from Santa Claus. Stones for Geminis. I'm going to say blue apatite. Blue apatite and sodalite. Blue apatite and sodalite. Blue apatite is one of my favorite things about blue apatite is that it's attuned to the future. And sodalite helps to kind of calm things down a little bit. So now, hear me out before you get mad. Y'all are the ferret this week. If y'all have ever had a ferret or been around a ferret, those little fuckers hoard everything. They go steal shit and they hoard it. Okay? So Gemini, y'all are... But once you find their little stash and you're like, all right, look, I'm going to take this back because this is my shit to begin with. Do they get a little mad and pouty? Yes. But then they just find something else to hoard. Just saying. Just saying. I had a set of ferrets a long time ago when Kirsten was little bitty, and Kirsten used to have those little princess dolls that were about this big that had the rubber dresses and stuff. And our female ferret, Ruby, liked to steal every one of those she could get her hands on. And she figured out how to go up the back of my dresser and put them in a bottom drawer that I never got in. And when I finally found that stash of them, I cannot tell you how this ferret fucking pouted that I found these dresses. And everybody that I know that's had a ferret, they pout. They pout and they hoard shit. So Gemini, y'all are the ferret this week. Y'all are the ferret this week. Cancers, I'm trying to just draw one damn anchor card for you. And you keep coming out with two. So I'm going to need you guys, as Cancers, to take a collective breath. Because still, two tried to come out. I'm going to need y'all to take a collective breath, my sweet little Cancer babies. And I need you to just calm the fuck down. Okay? Okay? For those of you guys that follow me on YouTube, those of you guys that subscribe, or if you are thinking about subscribing, the top tier of my subscription base over there on YouTube is all about classes and learning. If you subscribe over on YouTube, or join whichever one it is. Yeah, subscribe on TikTok, join on YouTube. Why they can't all be the same, I don't know, but whatever. If you go over there and you subscribe for that one, that is $25 a month. That is years of classes that you suddenly have access to. Years of classes that you have access to if you subscribe over on YouTube, or join over on YouTube. I have been filming classes and putting them on YouTube since late 2020. And that's 5 years of classes at this point. We're going on 6 years of classes that you have access to go and watch. Plus videos and all of that stuff. So, all right. Ready, Cancers? Ready, Cancers? I know you are. Thanatos, completion, support, and expediency. And I find it interesting that the other cardinal sign Aries had Thanatos as their anchor card, and you, my sweet little Cancers, who are the cardinal sign of the summer zodiacs, you also have Thanatos. And then you have knowledge, and then you have let go. And I find this really fucking interesting because this is the completion card, and then you have let go. I'm about to hurt your feelings, Cancers, so just know it's coming. Just know it's coming. Yours is a little different. Am I gonna tell you to let go of shit? Yes, obviously. But yours is a little different. Had to swallow a yawn there. Cancers, there is something that has been in your life for a long time. I'm gonna say 5 to 10 years. Could be a person, could be a job, could be a way of thinking, could be, I don't know. There's something that's been in your life for a long time. And it has also been over with for a long time, okay? So let's say this was something that has been around for 10 years, maybe something you started in 20 years ago, whatever, and it's really been over for a few years, 5, 6, 7 years, whatever, but you still keep that identity around. You still do all of these things, right? You still want to make sure that that's still part of who you are. Nope. Nope. No more. No more. I think that you've already been feeling this, Cancer. I think that this is already something that you've been like kind of hem-hawing around a bit, like, well, you know, what if I didn't do that anymore? Or what if I actively decided I wasn't going to be around that anymore, or whatever it is you're holding on to, whether it's a thing, a situation, a person, an energy, whatever it is, Cancer, you have to let it go. You have to let it go. This week, you're going to have that epiphany of why you're holding on to it and why you should let it go. And both of these epiphanies are going to have a wrecking ball style aspect with you. When you realize why you've been holding on to that thing, that emotion, that person, whatever it is, when you realize why you've been holding on to it, it's going to instantly make you go, oh. Like instantly, right? You Cancers, I love the shit out of you. Y'all are like the most loyal friend, family. Like you really are. Like you are the most caring sign of the zodiac because you just want everybody that you care about to be happy. And even the people you don't care about, you still just want them to be happy. Like it's really hard for you to wish something bad on somebody because you just literally want everybody to be happy. Maybe you want them to be happy way over there, like on planet Jupiter, but you just want everybody to be happy, right? So the problem is that you've been holding on to this thing, this belief, this item, this whatever. You've been holding on to this in the hopes that it would make you happy, and it hasn't. You've been holding on to this in the hopes that it would fix something. Insert whatever here, okay? I'm giving you the building blocks of this epiphany. You've been holding on to this thing, to whatever, hoping that it would fix whatever. And this week, the universe has been showing you a couple of different times already, and it's only Monday, that this is not the thing for you, that you need to do an about face and go that way. Like you don't need to go down this path anymore. For those of you guys that have Cancers in your lives, let me say this. They're going to need their favorite foodie foods this week. They're going to need some wine. They're going to need a beer, whatever it is. They're going to need some snackage. They're going to need some belly rubs. They're going to need some huggies. They're going to need whatever because they're going to be in their feels a lot. They're going to be in their feels a lot. They're going to have some issues with the realization that that is no longer for them or theirs. Just saying. Just saying. It's going to be hard on you this week, Cancer, but I promise that next week Next week will be the time that you go, holy shit, why didn't I do this a long time ago? This week, however, you're processing this letting go. You're processing this completion. You're processing these feels. You're processing all of the, and I'm going to say this on purpose because I'm making fun of you, yes, but you need to do this, okay? The poor, pitiful me aspect. Cancer, you need to take the time to grieve this, okay? In a healthy way. No blackout drunk all week, okay, Cancer? Don't eat yourself stupid with chocolate cake, Cancers, okay? Or at least, you know, if you do, like, let me live vicariously through you. But you need to grieve this. If you don't, then you cannot move forward next week like you need to. If you don't grieve this, it will sit inside and fester like it has been festering. But now the Band-Aid's off. Now the lid is off. So now all of that festering emotion is going to start coming out. So if you cannot grieve this loss, grieve letting go of it, and realize that it was already lost a long time ago, it's going to kind of eat at you. All right? So if you have a Cancer in your life, be easy with them this week because they're going through some shit. Okay? They're going through some shit. Here's the thing, Cancer. This is a very good thing, and I want you to look at it as such. Even when you're in bed and you're being a cranky butt and you don't want to get up and put human clothes on, you just want to be in bed or be a bump on the couch or whatever it is, you have got to realize that this is good for you and you need this to happen. You need to work through these emotions. Okay? And if you're Cancer, if you are the proud owner of a Cancer, come on, that's funny. If you are the proud guardian of one of our little Cancer babies, let them be the bump on the couch this week. Let them stay in bed for 2 days if they need to. Let them take 3 baths in a day. Let them do whatever it is that they need to do to grieve this loss. Okay? They need it. Stones for Cancers. I am going to give you rose quartz because you need it. You need it for you, okay? And then I am going to give you Goldstone. So that really pretty glittery one, I'm going to give you Goldstone. There are several different colors of Goldstone. I'm going to let you pick the one that you need, okay? There is gold is the easiest one to find. Blue is the next easiest. There's also green and purple. Green and purple can be a little harder to find, but gold and blue are pretty much everywhere. Y'all are the, oh, you're going to hate me for this. But I want you to go look up the spiritual meaning of it. It's your homework, Cancers. Y'all are the snail this week, okay? Y'all are the snail. Ooh, okay. Okay. Leo's got your weird ass card over here flinging out upside down. Okay. Thank you, Senta, and thank you, Fire Witch, for joining over there on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys. Leos, I'm trying to draw for you, and I don't know what that was about. Everybody else, Leos, I know y'all have to be different, but everybody else had their card come out, right? Just nice and calmly. But yours, because you are the drama, had to come out and do a little flip around over there. I'm pretty sure it's whopper jawed upside down. I don't know. We're going to find out. Of course it is. It is Hades, and it is like this, which means that it is going like that. So this is equality, inevitability, and wisdom. And Leos, I'm not going to lie, the fact that this is going like this makes me a little nervous because this means that y'all are going to be acting out of pure emotion this week and not actually wisdom. And I don't know what to think about that. Oh, I don't know what to think about that. And then you have magical powers. That's great because that's what we need is Leos that have a bunch of magical powers and just zapping people with their eyeballs. That's what we need. Oh, and you have eternal charisma. Okay. I kid, Leos. Here's the thing, Leos. Why am I yawning so much? Leos, I'm not as worried as I was when I saw that that card was upside down, whopper-jawed craziness, okay? I am going to give a big but with this, but right now, let's talk about this. Magical power and eternal charisma. Leos, let me start somewhere else. One of the things that I absolutely love the most about Leos is that they will give and give and give and give to the people that they care about. And sometimes people they don't even know. Well, most time people they don't even know. Almost every Leo I have ever met is so giving and so amazing and so awesome that they will run themselves ragged. They will run themselves into the dirt for someone else. I love that about you, Leos. I absolutely do. I absolutely do. The magical power and the eternal charisma this week. One of them is the dragonfly. The other is the butterfly. And those are two big, huge things in spirituality as far as signs from the beyond and transition. So, Leos, this entire week, you are all about helping. You are all about helping. You're all about helping other people. You're all about helping animals, places, things, but you're not about helping yourself. You're all about everybody else. The but comes with, please don't overextend yourself. And I say that because of this. Because this card is kind of upside down, whopper-jawed, about to go like this. So what that tells me, Leos, is that you are going to overextend yourself this week. I don't know if this is because you're trying to plan New Year's Eve parties, or if you're trying to get people back and forth safely, or if you're trying to console your Cancer friend, or whatever. I don't know, Leos, but you are going to overextend yourself this week. I'm going to tell you not to. I'm going to beg you not to, but you are. You're really feeling this 2026 energy. But yours is going to be a little delayed, okay? Yours is a little delayed. As we get closer to Aquarius season toward mid-January, that's when this big New Year's energy really starts to hit you, okay? Right now, it's like you are triage for all of the other zodiacs that are having a hard time either letting go, moving forward, whatever it is. The Leos are literally like, that's the best thing I can say. They're playing triage this week to try to help all of the other zodiacs, all of their friends and family and so on that are having a hard time with everything. I'm going to tell you again not to overdo yourself, but I already know you're going to because I have gifted the world 2 of you and raised another one. I already know. Now, here's the thing. Some of you Leos that have a lot of earth sign placements, you guys are going to want to hibernate this week. So if you are a Leo with a ton of earth sign placements, you are going to want to hibernate. So you might be like, well, I don't really feel like helping anybody this week. So I don't know why Bodhi said that, because you are the exception. Now, those of you Leos that have fire, water, air signs, you have more of those and a little bit of earth. You guys are full on in triage mode. You are in, battlefield nurse mode, whatever you want to call it, medic. I don't know. Y'all are in that mode, okay? But those of you Leos that have a massive amount of earth sign placements in your birth chart, you are going to be complete hermit, right? Complete hermit. Now, you'll be texting everybody because you're hermiting in your bedroom or your couch or whatever. You'll be texting everybody. You aren't physically going out there, but you're going to be doing everything you need to do to help them from your phone, okay? Leos, I absolutely love this about you. I really and truly do. I do. I just feel overprotective for all of you. Maybe because I both my kids are Leos. I don't know. I always get very, very parental over Leos. Even if you're older than me, I don't care. I'm going to mom you. Like, I'm going to mom you. But, so I'm already like instantly protective now because I'm like, oh man, that means my Leos are going to do this. And then I'm instantly protective over all of you guys that I'm seeing in the chats that are like, oh, I'm a Leo and this is already happening and so on. I'm now instantly protective over that. Over that. I'm just saying. No Filter Leo said, I need a mom. Please mom me. I'm just saying, Leos, you're great people and you're fiery and you're fantastic and you're loyal and you're great friends and you're wonderful people. Please don't overextend yourself. I already know you're going to, but please don't overextend yourself. Remember to eat. Okay, while you're taking other people food, remember that you need to eat. While you're doing all this other stuff for other people, remember that you need to do those things for you too, Leos, okay? I already know you will. I already know you will. Look, I love this. All the Leos over on TikTok, like I'm reading. What's up, Miss Jennifer? I'll do my best not to overdo it, but I know I'm more than likely going to overdo it, so no promises. I love that all the Leos are like, ah! I love you guys. I do. I love you guys. All right. Stones for my lovely little Leos. Garnet. Okay? Garnet. Garnet is a very intense protective stone. I know everybody's like, oh, but it's not black. I mean, have you seen some garnets? They're pretty damn dark. But garnet. I'm going to say garnet and quartz. Just regular, clear quartz. Because A, it's going to amplify that garnet. And B, it's going to help amplify... Well, not amplify. It's going to help show you what it is that you need to do and not do this week. And Leos, let me say this too. I know I was giving you a hard time, but thank you, okay? Because there are going to be a lot of people that you are going to touch their lives this week, and you may not even know it. And there's a lot of people that maybe you kind of saved them a little bit. Maybe you picked them up off the ground, whatever it is, you know. I'm just saying, so thank you in advance. Thank you in advance, Leos, okay? Animal for Leos. Y'all are the Saint Bernard. Y'all are the Saint Bernard. Y'all are the Saint Bernard. All right, Virgos, are we ready? Man, one of the first times I ever saw, well, yeah, the first time I ever saw a Saint Bernard in person, we had moved back to Oklahoma. And there were people that lived around the corner in the neighborhood from us that had a Saint Bernard. And we went down we were just exploring the neighborhood, you know, as kids did on their bikes, you know, and, you know, totally Stranger Thingsing it down the wooded path down there. But we go around the little thing to go down this cul-de-sac, and these people had a Saint Bernard, and it came out and barked at us. Y'all, we always had, like, pit bulls and Great Danes and Rottweilers growing up, right? They have the big, like, boof, boof bark like that. It is nothing compared to a Saint Bernard. I'm sorry. It is nothing compared to a Saint Bernard. And when you're a kid and you weigh, like, you know, 30 fucking pounds. I weigh more than 30 pounds, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you see a big ass dog like that coming at you, like, that will put a fire under your ass. But now I just want to pet them all because they're floofs. Huge floofs. All right, Virgos. Are we ready? Morgan Le Fay. Atonement, growth, and deceit. Okay. Navigation. Virgo's coming out with I spoke too soon. Magical powers. I was going to say Virgos are coming out with cards that haven't been pulled yet, but then they pull out magical powers. Okay, Virgos, I see you over there. I fucking see you over there. Growth, navigation, and magical power. Because I don't feel like this is atonement. I don't feel like this is deceit. Virgos are making hard plays this week. They're making hardcore plays this week. Much like the Capricorns and the and the Tauruses. They are, okay, so much like the Capricorns, they're making big ass moves, big bold moves, and they don't care who sees it. But much like the Tauruses, they're doing all the planning and all of the things in quiet. So it's like doing all of these big ass things, and nobody really knows you did the big ass thing until you're like, look what I did, ho. Like, that is Virgo energy this week. This is a complete shift, a complete change, a complete shake-up. This isn't just you shaking the snow globe. This is you taking it apart, rebuilding all of it, and making it bigger. Like, this is Virgo energy. This is straight up Virgo perfectionist energy. Let me show you how to do it type of energy. The other thing I love about this, Virgos, is that this is a massive amount of growth. Now, of course, with this also comes putting some things to the side. Notice I didn't say letting go. Putting some things to the side. Because Virgos, with you, this navigation and this magical power and this movement and this growth and all of this amazing stuff, this means that you're not going to have time for certain things this week, okay? And a lot of them are going to be like people, situations, etc. So those things are just going to get kind of tabled. And as they get tabled, you're going to be really paying attention to what it's easy to live without. Let that sink in. You're going to be paying really close attention to what is easy to live without when you kind of table something for a week. So I'm really going to say, Virgos, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, the things that get kind of tabled this week, you're going to be looking at them hardcore like, do I really still need to do that? Do I really still need to be a part of this at work or extracurricular activity or whatever? Do I really still need to be friends with this person? Do I need to be in this relationship? So there's a lot of things that are kind of going to get pushed to the wayside a little bit this week, Virgos. And over the next 2 to 3 weeks, this is really when you're going to make those hard decisions. Right now, you're harnessing this threshold energy, this 2026 New Year's Eve energy into making something massive, making something big, making a change, making a splash. You are ready to make your 2026 be a fucking phenomenal year. That's why things are getting tabled, right? So when you realize that you don't really need these things in your life, that's when all of this is a little bit different. Little bit different, right? This is going to be a really good week, Virgos, but pay attention to the things that you're tabling, because those are the exact things that you're probably going to be letting go of in a couple of weeks. And if you have a Virgo in your life and you notice that they are tabling a lot of things, just get ready. Just get ready, because they're going to be cutting some shit off. Virgos, y'all's was short and sweet tonight because, I mean, have you ever known a Virgo to be long-winded? All right. Actually, I have. Stones for Virgos. I'm going to say Iolite. Iolite. Iolite is a really, really good stone. Woo! For showing you the right path. It's getting much easier to find. If you got Moldavite and you're ready to hang on to some Moldavite, Virgos, then this is a good week for Moldavite. If not, Fluorite's going to be the next best one. So Iolite and Fluorite, Moldavite if you got it. Okay? Y'all are the Raven. Y'all are the Raven. I'm giving you the Raven. I was actually going to give you the chimpanzee because the chimpanzees are the most well-known animal that uses tools and very intelligent and so on. But the Raven also uses tools, and the Ravens are petty. Just like a Virgo. Every Taurus in here was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We are the petty. We are the petty. All right. Where can you get my spell oil? You can order it on my website. I will be adding more and more things. I have had some specialty oils baking, basically cooking, for months. Because we gonna do it right. We doing it right. I don't do things half-ass. I do things the old school way. So just saying. All right. That brings us to my lovely little Libras. I am really curious to see how Libras are going to go. I would really like that third card, Libras. Would really like that third card, Libras. So I find it very, very interesting that it took a little bit to get that third card out. That's a lot of indecision. At first, there were no cards that were coming out, and then it was several at a time, 2, 3, 4 at a time. Libras, that tells me that this week is not set in stone for you. That tells me that this week is fluid for you. Okay? That tells me that you have the power to change this week if you don't like the way something is headed. How you also have Morgan Le Fay, I don't know. Because y'all watched me shuffle. So this is growth, atonement, and deceit. Why do I feel like it's going to be the deceit? Then you have passion. And then you have balanced emotions. Man, Libra, you are just a chameleon this way. Usually Libras want to make sure that everybody's happy. Everybody's good. You know, they don't like struggle. They don't like discords. Words. They don't like discourse. They don't like any of that shit. They don't like fighting. They don't like nothing that isn't happy, sunshiny rainbows, right? But for some reason this week, Libras, y'all are strangely stoic. Y'all are strangely stoic in a way that makes people stop and notice. This isn't just you going, or just somebody thinking, oh, you know, they're really quiet today. Maybe you had a quiet day. This is you completely over here like Mr. Burns, okay? Without any words. This is you over here really just sitting and watching and paying attention to everything going on around you. The other thing is really interesting with this, Libras, is that not only are your emotions so fucking balanced this week, but you ain't telling anybody shit. So it's not so much deceit, it's that you aren't telling anybody shit. You're keeping everything very close to the chest, and then some, like covering it all up. You're making sure that nobody knows what it is that you're thinking. Very, very uncharacteristically quiet for Libras. There's an intense reason for this. One, the main reason is you're just watching the universe. You're trying to really gauge where it is that you want to go, Libras, okay? But in doing so, you're going to see how many people are uncomfortable that you are quiet. You're going to see how many people are uncomfortable that you seem to be just watching everything. You're going to see how many people are shady as fuck around you. And I want you to pay attention to the ones that get really, really mad that you're being quiet. Accuse you of watching them, etc. Why are they worried about it? Why are they worried about you watching them? Why are they worried? Why are they worried, Libra? This is a week where you are kind of like Sherlock Holmes without realizing you're Sherlock Holmes. You are going to be privy to a lot of interesting information, visuals, etc. this week. As you're being quiet, you're literally trying to figure out where your 2026 is going to go and where you want it to go. And other people are going to take that as you're watching them or whatever. And it's going to be a fun show this week, Libra. It's going to be a fun show this week for you, Libra. Just so you know. You ornery little shits. Because what's even better is in a different way. I love some people are like, oh my God, this is spot on. I love that as this is happening this week, Instead of you trying to come out and say, oh, no, I really was just lost in thought about this or this or this. When these people are freaking out, you're not going to say a word. You're not. You might go, oh, or walk away. This is not normal. This is not normal Libra behavior. This is Libras paying attention to every little single fucking thing. This is going to show you a lot about the people that are around you on a daily basis, Libra. Okay? It's going to show you a lot. It's also going to show you who is 100% taking your energy, Libras. Just letting you know. Let that sink in. And then, you got some decisions to make. I'm just saying what I'm saying, my little Libra friends. Stones for Libras. Obsidian. And if you have a sharp piece of obsidian, even better. Shungite. Obsidian and Shungite, Libras. Animals harder. I'm already like sitting like, you know what? You're the, I can't ever say this fucking right, the Gila monster. You're the Gila monster. Gila. You're the Gila monster. Just saying. Just saying. All right. Scorpios, are we ready? Are we ready? All right, Scorpios. Coming out in droves. Here's my cards. Don't be drawing too long. You got it. The Poet of Avalon, Fame, and Pride, and Stagnation. And then you had two come out together. The one on the bottom is Luna, and the one on the top is Karmic Justice. Scorpios. Let's talk about this. You wanted to be recognized for your hard work. You wanted to be recognized for the things that you've done, the things that you've put in, for who you are, all of those things. That's going to start happening this week, Scorpios. It's going to start happening. You wanted to be recognized for things, and it's going to start happening. But here's the thing. And some of you Scorpios are going to have a really shit week. Because this is a week of you get what you put in. So whatever it was that you put into 2025, all of that is going to come back to you as this threshold hits in 2026. So if you were one of those Scorpios that you were really shitty to everybody this year, then there's going to be a lot of shitty people to you this week and going forward. If you are one of those Scorpios that you busted your ass and you did everything to help everybody else and you let them take your energy, you did all this thing, you let all that happen, then know that all of that is going to come right back to you. All of that energy you gave, all those pieces of you that you gave to other people, because I'm going to let you guys know something about Scorpios. Scorpios are one way or the other, and there's no in between. They are either hardcore, I will punch a bitch right in the fucking nose, or they are, let me do everything for you because I love you. There's nothing in between, right? There's nothing in between. And both ways they'll do it with a smile. It doesn't matter. Both ways they'll do it with a smile. But here's the thing, Scorpios. This is a week of balance, okay? This is a very big week of balance. The karmic scales are balancing out. Now, none of us, it doesn't matter what zodiac sign you are, none of us are good, sweet little angels all the time. Just, we're not. I mean, you can think that you are, but nobody is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I tell my kid this all the time, like, even Mother Teresa had flaws. Even the Pope has flaws. Like, nobody is 100% good all the time, and nobody is 100% bad all the time. This is a balanced week for you, Scorpios. Now, here's the thing. With the karmic justice and with the Luna aspect, there's going to be a lot of mornings you wake up to text like, did you hear what happened to so-and-so? Did you hear what happened to so-and-so? There's going to be a lot of mornings when you wake up and you open social media and you just sit and cackle like Mr. Burns. I guess we're going to use Mr. Burns a lot tonight. You just cackle like Mr. Burns over here because you see somebody got theirs. Let that sink in, Scorpios. This is a week of balance for you. This is a week of karmic justice for you. This is a week of you finally getting the accolades that you damn well deserve, Scorpios. Now, some of these might be rolling this week, and you may not get those accolades at work until next week or the week after, but they're put in motion this week. This is a balanced week for you. So know that things are going to be doing this, like the scales are going to go up and down until they do this, okay? So if they're swinging wildly a little bit at the first part of this week, Scorpios, just take a breath and ride the wave, man, because I promise it'll balance out. But what I love about this, Scorpios, is this is a very, very self-empowering week for you. And I think that this is one that you guys really need to start your 2026 off in a fantastic way. Having everything finally like balance back out for you, Scorpios, allows you to actually breathe for a minute. Allows you to actually take a look around and figure out what's best for you and not for everybody else. And I think that this is something you absolutely fucking need, Scorpios. And I'm here for it. I think it's fucking fantastic. I think it's fucking fantastic. Okay? It's a good week. It really is. I know there's going to be some downs, but it's a good week, Scorpios. All right. Stones for my sweet little Scorpios. Carnelian. Carnelian and Amethyst. Carnelian and Amethyst. Animal's a little harder. Nope, you're the bat. As soon as I was like, animal's a little harder, and then in my brain I heard bat. But now I want to go watch What We Do in the Shadows. Bat. Oh, shitty shit, I fucked it. All right. Sagittarius. Don't forget, guys, there's a big product launch on, you know what, Sagittarius, why you gotta have all these cards? Big product launch on New Year's Eve. And if you guys want to get on the list for the 2026 reads, you better do so. There were a couple people on my list for tonight, and things got kind of messed up yesterday because my brain is an asshole. All right, Sagittarius, calm down. So you guys will be the first ones tomorrow. You don't have to be present for these. They are all done on YouTube and TikTok at the same time, so you don't have to be present. So, all right, are we ready? Are we ready, Sagittarius? Are we ready? Why do I feel like I want to be really ornery? What's going on, Sagittarius? Why, when I'm looking at these cards, do I feel like I need to lean forward and be like, are you ready? Why? Charon the Ferryman, which is necessity, focus, and transition. And then you have Castaway Negativity upside down, because y'all wanted to throw this card in my lap, and I picked it up exactly how it fell. And then you have Good Luck. Okay. Notice the diamonds in the middle. Notice that this kind of makes a diamond here. Okay. Sagittarius. You are in a transition mode this week, but in a fantastic way. I think that up to this last Sunday, you have really been looking at all of the places in your life that you need to make change. All of the things that you need to let go of. Like, you've been doing the thing everybody does at the new year, you know, like, well, what should I not bring with me into the new year? And the first thing you decided you were going to bring into the new year with you is your fucking disco ball. What I love about this, Sagittarius, is this is a no nonsense, I am who I am, we're gonna fucking party, bitches, and you're gonna like it type of energy. What I love about this, Sagittarius, is that this week you don't give a shit about haters. You don't give a shit if someone's throwing hexes and curses your way. You don't give a flying shit if somebody is over there bad. You just don't care. You just don't care. You are all about embracing this 2026 energy and leaving that 2025 bullshit way back there. You are all about the party. You are all about enjoying the calendar rolling over. You are all about it. And I would guarantee you that if you have a Sagittarius in your life, if you have a Sagittarius in your life, they have already started planning for New Year's. Even if y'all are sitting at home in your skivvies watching cartoons, they've already been like, we're going to have a charcuterie board, and we're going to have this, and we're going to have this, and we're going to have this, and we're going to have... Like, they've already been planning. Every Sagittarius out there is super excited for New Year's, even if it's just because they're sitting at home. They don't care. Every single Sagittarius is all about this New Year's. You are ready for New Year's Eve. You are ready for it. You've been planning what sweatpants you're going to sit in. It's really great. But what I love about this too is this good luck card, Sagittarius, because what that tells me is that this is a great fucking week for you. This is a great week for you. This is a good time for you to look at what it is you want to do next year. This focus is something you haven't had in a while. The transition, you're ready to make changes where changes need to be made. So if there's a decision that you've been struggling with, or you don't know if you need to make the decision or what it is that you need to do, this is a week for it, Sagittarius. Just rip the Band-Aid off, decide what it is you're going to do. You've already made the decision. Just do it, okay? This is a great week, Sagittarius. This is such a great week for you. And I love the fact that the castaway negativity is upside down and that you just do not give a flying fuck about anybody that hates you. You don't care. You don't care. In fact, I would be willing to bet that there are people that are going to come to you this week, Sagittarius, and be like, oh, well, you know, so-and-so said this about you, or they did this, or whatever. And you're going to be like, I don't give a fuck. I love this, Sagittarius. This is pure, unbridled Sagittarius energy. And I think that this is fucking epic, and this is fucking fantastic, and it's exactly what the whole world needs right now. So I'm going to need you Sagittariuses to go to your Cancer friend's house and just make sure that they eat and that they have a good time on New Year's. I'm just saying. Sagittarius, this is a fantastic week. It's going to be a great New Year's Eve for you. Enjoy every bit of it. Enjoy every bit of it, Sagittarius. Every bit of it. Like I said, we might need you to go check on your Cancer friends, but I'm just saying. Stones for my party animal, Sagittariuses. Lapis, because y'all know you are the bestesses. Lapis and jade. Lapis and jade. Yeah, lapis and jade. Y'all are the peacock this week. Y'all are the peacock. You should have seen that coming. You should have seen that coming. Y'all are the peacock. You know, I like that there was not a zodiac that was feral this week. Did y'all notice that? We almost had one. Pisces might kind of be a little feral, but not totally feral. So we did not have a feral zodiac this week. Not a single one. Everybody ready for that New Year's energy. Everybody is ready to go into 2026 and leave whatever the fuck this last year was back there. Everybody's ready to leave 2025 somewhere back there. I am. I'm done. All right, my lovelies. I will see you guys tomorrow. I will be on doing some reads and so on and so forth. Tomorrow night is the last timeline funeral of this year. Let that sink in. It's the last one. If you didn't get tickets for it, you better do it. So, all right, guys. Love the shit out of you. Go to bed. Go get a snack.